think Keith said best with players. We're sort of in a mid-season slump, and it's with any type of player, we're succeeding, and so how do you? We're trying to find a way of like having the kids understand we still got to push and develop because we're having the second half of the season. And the biggest thing is in a double round robin format, the next time you see a team, they're dramatically different. Point in case was last night against Eastern. They've made a lot of improvements. They played great, and when we played Cameron at their place this past weekend, Cameron was sensational. To be honest, I'm a little jealous. I wish we could have that kind of stride. About everybody stepping up, it's frustrating because we have some kids that early on in the year were doing so great that you sort of have to get reminded is that they're human and they're young, and so they're going to have some down games. But to hit your point home is Bevan and Cameron have been struggling some, and the last couple of matches, like our starting DS, Mackenzie Long's been sick. So Aspen Sanders has come out and had some great matches, and then Jessica Johnson is, I don't think the stats really show what she's done, but she's been an emotional spark plug, and she's just, the hits that she has are just, they zap the emotion from the other cheek because they're such phenomenal plays. So and then Marissa Choa came in last night on sub duty and did great. So we got to get our go-to players to step up again, but there are other kids that are doing their job and helping out. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. I thought I knew a decent amount about the history, and Amarillo Globe's done a great job promoting some stories about the beginning. And, we always tell our girls is like, you got to understand about legacy. So what you do now, if we win the next year, you should feel part of that. And it's almost like if I had the money, I'd get you a ring as well. And so I was actually a little nervous because this team is so young that the pressure of the 50th anniversary would hinder them, but I actually think it's good. The girls need this. The girls need to see and hear these stories about how these players did it with less, how these players had to build this legacy. So yesterday on our way to Eastern, I printed off the story from Amarillo Globe and had them read it and talk about it. And so I actually think just educating these girls on the past is. Yeah, it's great to have some of the kids around that these girls know from the last 1 to 3 years. But I'm actually pumped to meet the first coach. I'm actually pumped to meet some of these players that I've heard stories about from 20 years ago that sort of helped instill the toughness of this program. So I think it's all how you look at things, and I think this reunion, now in hindsight, I think it was the best thing for this season. So for these kids to understand what they're truly part of.